Hello and welcome to Tuner Tips by todderbert. In front of us we have the Miady model number HYD009. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour power bank times 2. Attack of the twin pack. I got this off Amazon for $12.99. Thought that was a pretty good bargain for two individual 5,000 milliamp hour power banks. And let's give it a look. Power bank, Miady, got a little label there. Some icons. Mine was sealed. I cut it open. There you go. Get some information on the side. This did not come with instructions, but I think we can figure these out. On this side here, we got traveling, camping, hiking, fishing, and beaches. All right. On the back here, looks like we got some information if you want to write these folks. There you go. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up, see what we get for our 10 bucks. Right away in the middle here, we get two cables. Nice. And the two power banks. Take them out. And the box is empty. Set that aside. Okay, so yeah, the typical cables we get are micro USB, but you get two of them, which is fantastic. So you can hand one of these off to a family member and say, here you go, you're good to go. Or you have two to pack away, one in a backpack and one in the car, however you want to do it. So these look like they're well made. Good deal. The power banks come in little sleeves. I really like their size. They're kind of like a billfold size. Nice and slim, compact. So you get two of them. I get a black one and a white one. It's kind of nice if you have a color choice. You can choose between each one. So yeah, there we go. Let's go over dimensions. I just used the black one for dimensions here. We have a length of 3 3/4 inches. And we have a width here of 2.5 inches and a depth of 5/8 of an inch. So yeah, that's a really thin profile. Like I say, billfold. Really liking this thickness. And this capacity is pretty amazing. Does a great job. So we'll talk about that. So there it is. Let's do a little size comparison. Now I'm going to bring out some different kinds of power banks. They're not necessarily the same capacity, but give you an idea what's out there. Here is the X-Sense X-Wingman Dual. Or not dual, solo, excuse me. This has a flashlight on one end. It's powered by a single 3350 milliamp hour cell, LG cell. And it's got the charging stuff on the back side. These were on sale for a while for around $6.99. Thought I'd bring it out because it is a bargain. Next we have the Miady HYD009. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. So double this, of course, or equal to two of these. Actually, this is a little less capacity, but we'll get to that. This here sells for about $12.99. And you get a Type-C input and output on there, which is handy to have. But it's a little thicker device, even though it's still fairly compact. I'll have links below to most of these power banks if they're available and if they're on sale. Just check the comment section for quick links and, of course, the video description. And then for the coup de grace of cheap, inexpensive power banks, the Mr. Bat PS016. This one you can get on sale for $6.99. Yeah, recently it was $6.99. It's 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, delivers quite a bit of power for the money. Still the reigning champ. Yeah, $6.99 on sale and normally $9.99. So not a bad bargain. This actually will outperform both of these, but ever so slightly. So just so you know. All right. So let's talk about features of the Miady HYD009. It's pretty simple construction. It's got textured finish. It's got their name on there, Miady. Nice. It's got 4 status LEDs. You get the little power switch on top here, right here on the left, and it'll actuate the battery status. Each one of these represents 25%. It's pretty accurate. I noticed when mine was 2 missing that it was at 50%. Not bad. I was keeping track. And so there's no big surprises. Now, I have had power banks where it'll stay on full for most of the time and all of a sudden drop to 1, and then you're done. So those are always exciting. You're not sure unless you use it a few times to figure it out. But that's a nice setup. It's got a nice edged construction here. I like this. Nice flat edge around the outside edge, so it's not too slippery. On the back here, we got some writing. Model number, internal capacity of the battery, 18.5 watt hours, 3.7 volts, 5,000 milliamp hour capacity. That's the internal battery. It doesn't take into account the conversion to 5 volts and then the conversion from 5 volts back to 3.7 to the charge device. You lose a little bit, of course. It shows you the input and output. We'll talk about that. And some information there in the bottom. All right, this side, the business end, we got that power switch. There you go. In case it doesn't start, you can manually start it there. We have 2 jacks here. We have an input, a micro USB. That's to charge it with those cables. It takes a 2 amp charge. So this thing charges like in a couple hours. It's really fast charging because it's a small power bank. I love it. Center is your output USB. They say it's 2.4 amps. I've recorded only 2 amps, and I'll show that to you with my tester with a low powered iPad. So it should pull about more than 2 amps, but on this one it only pulls 2 amps. They say 2.4, but 2 amps is fine by me for a little guy like this. So yeah, we'll do that. So what else can we talk about? It's pretty simple. I mean, the white one's the same way. The white one's, it's actually kind of cool looking. I like the white. It's got the same blue LEDs. It's got the same construction, same plastic. Got a little easier to read writing. Nice. It's got the same jacks here, micro USB in, standard USB out. And yeah, so you have 2. The neat thing about it is one can go to your phone for a phone backup, one can go for your radios, flashlights, whatever. You can have them in 2 separate places. That's important. You could have one in a carry bag, get home bag, whatever, and have it ready to go in case of emergency. Those are nice for if you're prepping. A lot of people like to prep and have things on hand. Purse, guy's pocket. I mean, this is actually a nice size for most pockets. I don't see this being an issue when you're carrying this. It doesn't feel bulky at all. The only thing you'll have is the wire. So you'll have to have a spot for the wire, for whatever wire you're using to charge your device. So that's the main issue there. So let's go ahead, hook it up, do a little demo. See, what do I got handy? I got an iPad over here, so we're going to bring in an iPad here. Okay, and then I'm going to hook up a tester. I use this here to test my power banks and give an idea of what they deliver, power delivery. And when we get started, I always bring our hairman in here to color correct. Before we get started, this power bank, it delivered 3,310 milliamp hours or 16.62 watt hours at 5 volts. Pretty impressive. When you look at this Miady here, delivered 5,700 milliamp hours. And if you put these 2 together, that's 6,600. That's pretty nice. Now, of course, the reigning king, Mr. Bat here, delivered 6,800 milliamp hours, just slightly more than both of these combined, to give you an idea for size. And of course, we can do the deck of cards too. That's 2 of them. Sweet. Okay, you get the idea. All right, so we're going to go ahead and show you what this looks like powered up. We got my little gauge here, and I will bring Iron Man back in just because it helps. All right. So right now, standby voltage is a little high on this black one. Now, I noticed on the white one it was different, and I'll show it to you. But I have my iPad here, and we'll power it up. Let's see what it says. Gotta get it to orientate there. So it's showing 36%. Okay, so we're going to plug it in. I got it hooked up here. It should automatically start charging when I plug this in, and we'll see what kind of draw we get. So we're going to draw about 2 amps and about 5 volts, 4.99. So there you go. And you saw it charging there, I think. Bring it back up. Yeah, it's showing the charge icon of 36%. Nice. Now it'll hold this value all the way through the charge cycle, which is nice. So you expect it 5 volts at 2 amps all the way through. Unless, it starts hitting the top end of the charge cycle, then it starts to drop, of course. So there you go. Pretty simple, pretty basic. So that could be charging, rock and roll. Could be doing that off to the side. And you have your extra power bank right here. What are you going to do with that? Well, being a radio guy like myself, I have a radio handy. I have a Texan PL330. These little power banks are perfect for charging them. Yeah, regulated. I know my radio here takes about I think 0.3 of an amp or 300 milliamp hours. Or 300 milliamps, excuse me. So plug that in. Lights come on. Pretty basic. And this radio starts charging. Got lapse charge time. And of course, charging indicator. And if you look, this thing is like really tiny. So easy to carry with the radio. And it's nice to have one of those versus a bunch of those BL5Cs running around. Definitely safer to carry this than it is those loose cells. So just letting you know. This is the way to do it. So that's what I'll be doing. Perfect size for that. So yeah, definitely check out the links below if you guys want to support the channel. This is a great little 2-pack. I'm pretty happy to pick this up. Let's go ahead and disconnect here. Talk a little bit more about capacities, and then we'll do some final thoughts. So yeah, iPad should still be rocking. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you what it looks like. So even 5 volts, 1.9. Okay, so let's go ahead and unplug this black one. Set it up there. We'll plug into the white one here. Its standby is a little lower, but I think it outputs the same. So yeah, standby is just a little lower. Plug in the iPad. Okay, it's showing it's charging. And yeah, it's doing about the same. 2 amps. Like I said, I've never seen it go to 2.4, but so expect about 2 amps on it. So there it is. Pretty simple. Okay, cool. Plug this. And we'll talk about more capacity and then some final thoughts on this. Yeah, so power banks are pretty easy to review. I mean, they are what they are. You can do the tests with the test meters, which work out really well. I mean, I think they're like $17. You can actually pick these up yourself off eBay. This Rui Dang, I don't know, it's 24, mile 24, something like that. It's the non-Bluetooth one. I don't need Bluetooth on my meters. Yeah, it's a pretty basic thing. But it gives elapsed capacities and current voltages and everything, which is nice. It even graphs it too, which I like. Pretty neat little setup. There you go. So yeah, the capacity. So both of them, you add them up, that's 6,600 milliamp hours, or 32 watt hours, or 33 watt hours. That's not bad for a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. Here you got them 2 individual. I like the flexibility of having 2. I think that's great, and they're, like I say again, pocket sized, pocket friendly versus say this big monster here in the middle. I mean, for the same price, yeah, it's. I mean, here, yeah, you get both ports on here, and it's convenience all in one spot, but you can't just go ahead and hand it to somebody else. Say, hey, here you go, here's one to charge whatever you got to charge. Again, this will be enough to charge like a small phone. Definitely enough to charge the Texan PL330 about 2 or 3 times. Definitely. Those batteries typically are 1,000 milliamp hour. And yeah, these generate enough power to charge it 2 or 3 times. Gotta love that. Again, you don't have to carry a lot of batteries. Just carry one of these and you're done with your charging cable. And yeah, and then you got this Miady, which is neat because it has a Type-C output and Type-C input. Charges a little quicker. But I've noticed with these type of power banks, this is $12.99 by the way. They're great, but they use cylindrical cells. This has got 2 21700s in it. Cylindrical cells tend to not output as much. I think it's because of cell resistance, possibly, for their capacity. So you're going to get more output with these flat pack lithiums. Now, will they last longer than the cylindricals? They'll probably last about the same, is my guess. So there we are. The Miady HYD009. Attack of the Twin Pack. Definitely get yourself one. I think you'll be very happy. Fairly impressed with what these offer and what they do for what they are. Basic little things that do the job. I mean, they're going to charge your flashlights. They're going to charge your radios. They're going to charge your Skywave. You know, they're going to charge your Radio Owl. You know, they're going to charge your... I got all these radios over here to charge. Your D808. This is, you know, rechargeable. It's got the micro USB in. So, yeah. It even gives the cables to get rocking with those. So yeah, good to go. And of course your flashlights, like I mentioned. So yeah, nice thing to have. You can even get one of those like little low power LED plugins where you can just have it so you have light source. I think that's neat too, like a little lantern. So you can turn your little power bank into a lantern for emergency situations. Yeah, that's just a neat setup, and you could definitely run it for quite a while off of this. It's quite a bit of power here. So there you are. The HYD009 by Miady. I actually like this brand. I'm actually warming up to it. Mr. Bat was one of my favorites, but they're made kind of cheaper, you know, but they work. But this Miady brand, they put some quality into their power banks. I like it. I don't know if you guys own Miadis. Let me know. Comment below and tell me. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a big like. You guys are the best. 2, if you like the brand, make sure you hit subscribe at the bell icon if you like these videos, power banks. You like radios, you like flashlights, and you want to know more about all this stuff. Yeah, definitely hit that buttons. The big one is the bell icon. If you don't click the bell icon, you won't get notified of a deal. Sometimes these go on sale. Like this could go on sale for $6.99. I have people that actually on Discord, my Discord channel, you can check it out in the description. They'll actually tell me, hey, Todderbert, they're back on sale. If I don't catch it, they catch it. So then I go ahead and report it to all you guys on YouTube. And you guys cash in on the deal. Not too recent. Like I said, this was $6.99. People cashed in on that. So yeah, definitely worthwhile to click that bell icon. All right, guys. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about owning a twin pack versus a single for the same money or less money. This is $12.99, delivers less power at 5,700 versus 6,600. Tell me what you think. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in my next video.